Okay, well, my name is Ed, and I figured since the garden club has been started with a bunch of videos, I might as well give you sort of an introduction to my garden. This started a couple of years ago with me growing a few tomato plants, or what I thought was going to be a few tomato plants, which turned into, on this little balcony of mine, about 18 plants. It got to the point where I ended up handing out and giving away as many plants as I possibly could. The yield wasn't all that high, but I've learned a few things in the last couple of years, and I've been trying to sort of improve. It was also partly an effort on my part to kind of make my balcony look a little bit nicer by, I'll show you here, by taking by adding planters along the railing. And what I've done to add these planters to the railing is I've really just used a bunch of cable ties. Let me see if I can go around here and show you. You can kind of see where the cable tie comes in and then dives back. What I did was I drilled a hole here in the planter. I haven't done anything to the railing itself because this is an apartment building and I don't want to upset the owners by modifying anything. So these are just cable ties that are used to hold these planters on. But also, if I go down a bit, you can see that there is another piece of the railing here, right here, that this is actually resting on. So what we've got is double support. This is sitting on this piece here, but it's also being held against the railing by these cable ties down there. So this here, what I've got is mainly a bunch of flowers running up along the railing. But since I do want to do some vegetables, what I've done is I've got this part of the garden up along this side here, and over on that side there's a little bit more. So let me give you a little bit of a tour. What we've got is a number of bean plants, and this year I'm probably going to end up with another crop kind of like I had a couple of years ago, because I just started experimenting with the beans. There's 3 different types. This first pot is growing rather slowly. This other pot here is doing considerably better, with the plants starting to work their way up the tomato cage. I've got another pot over here where I actually have tomatoes. This year I didn't go with seeds. I went with pre-grown with the plants that were already started. And this one is an Ace 55, which is supposed to be considerably sweeter and less acidic. Over here I've got, this year I kind of got into the unusual plants. I have a lemon cucumber. It looks like a lemon and it tastes like a cucumber when you cut it open. Over here I've got another tomato plant. This one is a pineapple tomato. It's supposed to come up in red and yellow stripes, and it's still a tomato, but it's just kind of a striped tomato. It'll be interesting to see what those taste like. If I then come back around over to this side, we've got plenty more beans, but down in this one pot here I've got a strawberry plant, and I had my first strawberry from this plant last week. That's the only strawberry I've gotten from the plant so far, but it's only about a week and a half old. And then as we move over, just to show you kind of the oddities here, a friend of mine was complaining about some of the weeds that have hit his garden. And what I do is I take the weeds and I put them in these little planters and I just kind of let them grow. I'm just kind of curious to see what weeds actually look like when they mature. Actually, some of that is possibly some carrot seeds that I planted a while back that have just sort of stayed in the soil and finally popped this year. And then we've just got a little bit more of the flower interest here. So that's pretty much my garden, and I'll try and do some updates. Talk to you later.